Hi. We're not at Maddie's house. We're back at the home base, and it's around 6:07. And yeah, morning voice coming at you strong. What I like to do during this time is get some editing in, whether it's for YouTube or for my online coaching, because I film myself demoing the exercises, and that takes a little time because I have to upload them. And I find I'm my most focused in the morning when it comes to editing, because I love starting my day early, but when it hits like 4 or 5 o'clock, my productivity just plummets. And you're like, what do you do between then and 4 or 5 o'clock? Well, either teaching or filming, training, taking walks. So there are definitely other must-dos during that time slot. Or, you know, I could train in the mornings, but I find I'm better during the afternoon for training. So, and one of my rituals in the morning is to walk to the next town and get a breve cortado. And what that serves is me getting out so I get light in my eyes. And even though it's a cloudy day, it's still light enough to get that in your eyes, just so, you know, I could be awake. Energy levels can start rising. I don't feel as like sluggish. And also it's just good to get moving early on in the day. It doesn't have to be like a high intensity class. I think if you're not used to getting out of the house early, if you don't have to go to work, if you find yourself just staying in the house for hours on end in the morning, I think is great if you just step outside and get light exposure. Because I have to walk back and forth, the total trip might take around like 40 minutes to 50 minutes, depending if I like dangle around, like have a seat and have a sip of my breve cortado. It could just be 10 to 15 minutes, and I think a great start, just again to get things moving, signal to your body that it's time to start the day, because the light that you get from windows is not the same exposure that you get from the outside, because there might be filters in the window that could disrupt the natural occurrence of how light hits your eyes. So, and if you don't have time to do the whole walk, just go outside. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. So I'm gonna do some work for around an hour, and then probably get walking around 7th. Well, hold on. It's croissant day. There's a bakery in the next town that opens Thursday through Saturday, but they open at 8, whereas on Thursday and Fridays they open at 7. So I'll leave here maybe 7:45, maybe 7:30. No, 7:45. 7:45, so I could get the croissant and then get my breve cortado. But I'm not actually having the croissant with my cortado. I'm waiting till I get home, have my eggs and sardines, and then I'll have the croissant. If I have that croissant early this day, my blood sugar would just go boom, and that dip causes cravings, hangry mood, like, oh my god, I have to eat something, where I just had a croissant like an hour ago. Like, that still needs to burn. That still could give me some energy for like a few hours, but because of that spike and dip, that's what causes that urgency to eat again. And not just anything, but something also ultra processed, which that's the disadvantage to having those types of foods in the morning. But if you have it after all your protein, where you're satiated, sometimes you might not want it anyway. And secondly, the blood sugar spike will be not as high. It'll be a little more, there'll be a blip, but the blip won't be so high where when it drops off, you won't feel like, That's the plan, and it's been working for me fantastically. I've been into croissants now more so than my scones. I haven't had scones in a while. I haven't had my sticky buns in a while. I'm trying to lessen my fructose intake, fructose being sugar, sweet stuff, not to be confused with glucose. Glucose is the energy of life. Fructose, technically, there's no physiological requirement for fructose. We don't need it. It's just for pleasure. I used to have a lot of it. I used to depend on it. But when I look back to the issues it caused with a glycemic variability, cravings, not feeling satisfied when I ate, it's not worth it. It's not. So I just found other avenues to hit that dopamine once in a while and not every day, 5 times a day. And like my birthday cortado, exercising, practicing handstands, even taking walks, and just, not just having to rely on a substance that's, when in excess, could be a problem. That's all I'll say. But it's hard to pry yourself away from it if you are constantly exposing yourself to it. And that's why my palate has changed to be a lot more savory, salt versus sweet. Took a while. Took a few years. So I'll do a little work and get ready for the journey. For Cortado's, croissants, and biscuits. Face is clean, hair is kind of done. I don't usually like to put in a tight pony this early in the day, so we just did one band around. Checking now, for the weather. What are we looking at? Okay, cloudy, chance of rain at 2 p.m. Boo. The UV index is low, that's why I didn't put any sunscreen on. And 81% humidity. Ouch. The temperature currently is 77, slowly climbing up to a high of 88. So yeah, it's not gonna be the most comfortable day. Which brings me to show you, so my anime clothes collection has gotten out of control. I don't have much room to store anymore, which means I have to get rid of stuff. It's been tough, but yeah. So let me show you what my closet has been looking like. So I pretty much hung up all of my hoodies and my jackets here. And the crazy thing is, fam, I have more stuff on the way. So I ordered more cardigans from Steady Hands. This is the brand that makes the jacket, and this is my Tanjiro jacket, which I absolutely adore. I think I showed this in my April faves. I have my, oh god. This is from Totokami. You have the water breathing on one sleeve, and then you have the sun breathing on the other sleeve. Dope hoodie. We got some JJK. What else? Oh, did you see this? So I folded a lot of my stuff. That's Asta's biceps peeking through. Got my Aliens of Brooklyn flannels, more flannels, shirts galore. Here in the drawer, I have a lot of my other anime stuff. So yeah, figuring out what to wear today. I think what I'll do, I'm gonna wear my Athleta shorts. These shorts I really love. Let me grab them from here. I have them in 2 colors. I forgot the official design name for them. I think these are, I don't remember. They're not super short. They're good length and they're very lightweight. They're like meant for hiking, and the material is like an active type of material. I would wear the shorts, or I would wear one of these. These are from Anthropology. They're like big, flowy, joey sack jumpers that when it's like, high humidity, high temperature, don't really want to be wearing anything else. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're walking around with the built-in fan. So maybe I'll wear this at some point during the day if I find myself going out again. So that's the first option. The second one what I like to do is, because I like to wear this over one, like a tank like this, but the sleeves are cut off, so there's a nice, you know, pocket for some air with my shorts. So that's, let's do that. Be right back. All right, we got the shorts on, and what I like to do is just button this up, and I could leave it long because my shorts still peek through, but usually if I have this short on, you know what? Hold on. Something I also like to do is pair this with my JJK shorts. This is Rika and Utah here on the pant, or the short side, because this acid wash color looks so great, and I can let the shirt hang long since they won't cover the shorts, but I think these might be a little too warm right now. They're comfortable. This is good for like a 60-degree day for me. Maybe something longer on top. I'm gonna have to wear these shorts, man, because it's already in the high 70s. Let's put the Apple Watch on because we gotta get these steps in, man. So this is like a usual outing outfit, and I love these shorts because they're not too tight. They're a good length. They have really nice movement, so you know, if you want to drop down into a squat while you're on your walk, you can. And the fabric is very lightweight, and you got pockets here on the side if you wish. If you know, I don't know what you could use them for. You can use it for a little something, you know, whatever. Yeah, man, it's already 77 degrees and it's only 7:20. I'm wearing these shorts. Taking the limited edition away bum bag. This actually folds into something super small, so if you wanted to take this along on a trip but didn't want to carry this towards the trip, you could like pack this as like a backup bag. I've been using the heck out of this. I think it's fantastic. It's just, yeah. All right, we got that. We gotta bring the phone. Say good morning, Rengoku. Good morning. Also, don't mind the mess, but I have my phone case that Sophia painted for me. Her mom, Melissa, reached out through Instagram to ask if, you know, I wanted a phone case, and Sophia loves to paint, and it would really make her happy to do this project. So, of course, I accepted, and I posted this on my YouTube community board if you wanted to reach out to Melissa and Sophia, if you wanted your look at the custom phone case. I have the Kocho sisters next to Rengoku, my Lumi light. So although I don't have the phone case on, this is like an art piece to me, so I like to have it propped up, you know. We don't want to look at this. This is a mess. So now 7:22, going on the walk. Gotta say, this is one of my most favorite parts of the day. I just love to get out, just get the body moving. It doesn't have to be intense. It's just to bring that energy into my mood, my body, my brain, everything, to put in that momentum for the rest of the day. And I've been doing this for the last 2 years, so it's a great habit that I acquired, have to say. Friends, I just returned and oh my gosh, I overdressed. It is hot outside. It's not even hot, it's just muggy. No breeze, no relief. Ooh, let me turn on the light. And because of that, it's just, oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to hold on. Ooh. Oh my goodness, I probably have to change this shirt by the end of the day because sweat it out. So let's start with breakfast. I usually eat breakfast between 8 or 9. Ooh, let me stop the watch. We're done walking. Because my dinner happens 4 or 5 o'clock, pretty early in the day, and that's my feeding window. I also find it easier to meet my protein threshold, which is 135 grams a day. That seems pretty high, but that's what helps me to recover, to build muscle, to stay satiated, and protein is vital for a lot of our systems to just operate ideally. I like to start off with 3 eggs, and of course I order my eggs from Dutch Meadow Farms. These are the Orokana eggs. They're so pretty. They come in like this light kind of pastel. It's hard to see on camera. They just look white on camera, but they actually have like a pastel look to them. They're so pretty. So depending on the day, I will have a soft boiled egg or I'll scramble them. Maybe today will be a scramble day. So I'm gonna scramble these, and I like to have them with avocado to get the more fats in there. But because I'm having my croissant and my biscuit, which unfortunately Chantilly did not have the cheddar bacon. They had a cheddar broccoli, and I'm like, oh, broccoli, bleh. So I got the brown butter one. I don't know if I'll eat all of it, but that's gonna be like that's gonna cover my carb threshold for the day. I try to stay no more than 150 grams a day. At most 200. That's gonna like slice it in half. It's like, oh, you're done. But to help put me over 30 grams of protein, which I try to shoot for, I'm gonna have some of, hold on, my faves. We are gonna have sardines with our scrambled eggs. These are in water. Because I'm having the pastries, I'm making sure these are lower in fat, because a whole can drain of sardines in olive oil is like 26 grams, and those are all good fats, 100%. But I have to pull the lever a little bit today because of pastry day. So these are in water, but it offers a whopping 20 grams of protein, 9 grams of fat. This is super a bodybuilder approach. I wouldn't recommend that you do this, again, unless if your carbs are low, you need your fats to be higher, because that's going to be your main energy source. If you're training a lot, then yes, you adjust those levers appropriately, but the protein has to stay. Protein is constant. We got the pan. Let's do it. Let's heat up some kettle and fire, shall we? All right. Am I going to eat all this? Probably not. There's something about just a beautifully made croissant. But it's funny now, when I tried to eat a chocolate croissant, I couldn't finish it because it was just too sweet. So my palate has definitely changed, where I love like rich, savory types of pastries. And you saw what they had in Chantilly. They got like the cinnamon rolls and the donuts. At one point, I would have been able to eat that early in the day. But then I remember specifically how that would affect just everything in a negative way. And at that point, if I still wanted it, I would have it later in the day, like after dinner. But to have it like freaking 7:30 in the morning, that's just insane. Let's take a look at this inside. Look at that flaky cake, and you can hear that crunch. Ooh, my goodness. I saw a video once about making croissants. That ish is a long process. And here's the biscuit. It's so flaky, so buttery. There's a little bit of sugar here at the top, a little bit the brown butter, the flakiness, outrageous. So light and fluffy, not too dense, and not overly sweet. Despite it being a brown butter biscuit, it's not super sweet at all. A few months back, I would have this with like a fruit preserve, but I stopped doing that because it made me feel a little like zippy. So I was like, listen, could put more butter on it, but Fruit preserves, probably not a good idea. Ooh, I think I met my limit. The bottom part is left. I'm just gonna eat this one piece, and this is why when you start off with 50 grams of protein, you don't want to eat much of the fun stuff afterwards. So it's all sabotage. But it's great. I had just my little moment of pleasure, of loving pastries, and you know, I don't need to eat the whole thing. I know I heat it up, but I'll save it in case mom wants some. But I can't finish it. I'm just so full right now. The croissant was the main event, and I know myself where when I go there at the beginning of the day, my senses take over and I'm like, just get the biscuit too, when I really didn't need to. It is 9:29. I have a virtual class at 11, and then I have a Stretch It Live at 12, call at 12:30. What I want to do is paint my nails because they need, I know from here you can't see, but there's some chipping you see there, and I think this one chipped a little bit too. When that happens, they're more prone to breaking. Although I am adamant about oiling the nails, so they're more flexible. If they do hit something, they're less likely to crack or break. But a fresh paint will ensure just their resilience. Nail polish, despite what people might think, and giving your nails a break to breathe. Nails don't breathe. If they could breathe, then they're not doing a good job being a nail. So having a fresh coat of nail polish better reinforces the nail. Also, this is from Sir Color's Bubbly Collection. I only have applied sparkling yuzu and soda shop. Definitely want to check out the other shades. There are, I believe, 6 in all. I want to try the slate blue shade and one of like the red ones too. Oh, that whole collection, I gushed over it in my June favorites. Magnetic polish with the hollow shift down the middle. Genius. I really should walk around because eating pastries like that and just sitting, not the greatest. So I want to mobilize this energy a little bit. So I'm going to wash the dishes just so I could stand up and do light activity for, you know, well, I have to hurry it up because the nails have to dry, gotta teach class, a lot of things are happening. Let's see if I can get this done. Alright, makeup is on. I decided to apply my makeup now because when painting my nails, I didn't want to sabotage my plans, because as long as this is on, and the reason why I put makeup on for my classes, mostly for my lives on Instagram, my classes, I could have just stopped at the blush and the bronzer, but I've been loving, I said Nouveau is Nouveau. I've been loving Nouveau so much that I just want to use it all the time. And we put on Terra today on top of the NARS bronzer, used an OG highlighter, Divine Rose. The Say with the NARS, top-notch combination. So these products have been in my wheelhouse heavy, and now I gotta take off. Well, hold on, we gotta figure out what we're gonna wear for class. What shall we wear today? All the leggings. I mostly wear the Lululemon Align leggings, And I like to wear a bright color. Hold on, let me go here. Oh, wrong drawer. I like to wear bright colors so my students can see what I'm doing easier. I think I'm gonna wear these blue. This is the Align style with the pockets. And with these leggings, let's choose a pretty top. Ooh, we could do like this mustard. This is a really pretty combination. Also the teal green. This is really pretty. I love pairing teals and soft blues together. One of my favorites also is this color. You know what? I'm always a sucker for this combination because like the more muted, this I would consider to be like a chartreuse. Yeah, we're gonna do that combination. Put the clothes on now, start painting the nails. The computer is already set up. So, and actually I'll put on my mic belt, preparing as much as I can so I don't use my hands down to the last second. This is what survival mode looks like. And if I have to stop at a certain point, then I'll stop and I'll continue after. It's totally fine. I'm not going anywhere fast. That is the plan. Let's get the outfit on and I'll see you painting nails in a minute. Outfit is on. It's my favorite. It's my favorite. I love this combination. Oh, we gotta put on some earrings. Hold on. Put on some C3PO. We love to see it. Yeah, that works. Hey, hey, hey. Ooh, let's see here. With just 4 minutes to spare, we did the nails. Helter, Seltzer, Apricot, Spritz. So let's get this mic on, start teaching. I'll see you back here after I've done all the classes, all the counting, all the squeezing. All right, class is done. Did the Stretch It app live. Had my call, fantastic call. I don't know where to look, I'm sorry. Here is a look at the nails again. I didn't give you, hold on, let me turn on this light. Hold on. It's hard to see the hollow because I have to be in front of hard light, but this is Helter Seltzer. I just love this slate blue gray. And then we have Apricot Spritz. Look how pretty this is. And together, let me put the camera down. Together, I think phenomenal. So right now it is 1:36. I will love to train, and because I don't have a license and dad took the car, I might have to take a Lyft or the bus to Equinox. Not a fan of buses. I could walk, but it's like a 50-minute walk. If it wasn't as hot as it is, I would take the walk 100%, but it's pretty deadly outside. I'll decide what I'm gonna do. Before we go training, however, I will have my health code shake, and not sponsored by Health Code. However, I am an affiliate with them, and I have been a customer for a year before I partnered with them, and they are running their sample pack campaign where if you're not sure about it, you can get a sample pack, and I will have that link to sign up for sample packs down in the description box while supplies last, right? So until they run out is when they'll run the campaign, and if you really like it, then you can sign up for a subscription and you'll be sent the full-size bags at whatever frequency you desire. Now, a few caveats. These do have monk fruit and stevia. If you are looking to lessen your dietary sugar intake, or you find that anything sweet triggers you in wanting more sweet things, just take that in consideration. I would always recommend that you get all your fat, carbs, and proteins from whole food sources. This is considered to be an ultra processed food. It's a powder. It has more than 5 ingredients in the back. We all know this. Why do I have health code? When trying to get in 135 grams of protein a day, cooking 3 times a day is not as feasible as I would like. I've tried it, and it's a lot, you know, cooking and then cleaning. I don't like leaving dirty dishes in the sink. Yes, we have a dishwasher, but we use it for storage. We don't really use it for washing dishes. Because of that, I do rely on a shake of some sort to give me the protein I need, but this is also high in fat, so it's more satiating. Chugging down like whey protein isolate in water is god awful. I mean, it tastes terrible, and then like an hour after you're hungry again because the insulin spike is wicked. This at least is a more moderate spike because it is protein and fat, but definitely more satiating. I just wanted to let you know that. And it is a whey protein based powder, so if you're a vegan, you might have to just find another pea protein or whatever type of protein powders they have in that category. But yeah, if you're interested in trying health code but you didn't want to fully commit yet until you tasted it, again, I will leave that link down below. I like to mix the chocolate with the vanilla, and 1 pack is an entire shake, so I might do half and half. And I have the scoops from my bigger bags, so I might measure out a scoop from each and still make my little chocolate vanilla cocktail. Or you could just pour 1 packet of either the chocolate or vanilla and just have the chocolate or vanilla. They're both very good. I do like the chocolate more, the chocolate macadamia, but that's totally, you know, up to your preference. But yeah, just wanted to lay that out. If you're fine with cooking 2 meals a day and you hit your protein threshold, then yeah, you don't need the shake. You don't need the shake. This is just presenting what I do. If you find that it is helpful to you, if you're changing the way you eat, not eating less, eating differently, this might be a bridge toward those changes in you consuming higher fat, higher protein sources. You still love your smoothies, but maybe not great because they have a lot of fruits. Yes, you could have too much fruit in a smoothie and not enough protein. Yes, I said it. Will leave you feeling hungry an hour after, not satiated. So yeah, making these small changes and shifts might require us to introduce new foods to our menu. And over time, you use this and you're like, okay, I don't need to drink this anymore because now I cook everything, don't need the whey protein anymore. Fine. So we're gonna mix this up and I'll see you back here in a bit. We're gonna drink this. Look at all the storage going on above me, my gosh. And then when we get to the gym, I would like to do deadlifts, some sort of horizontal row, maybe vertical. Get some triceps in, hamstrings. I do have a program. I try to put everything down on a spreadsheet so I could keep track of my progression overload, whether it's upping the weight, putting on reps, or adding a set. That all contributes to progressive overload. And for hypertrophy training specifically, volume is crucial. So the more you do, the better. We have to find the dial where it doesn't leave you systemically fatigued, meaning you could put in a certain amount of volume but recover from it well. Like today, I'm not sore. I could train today. If I was sore, then I will wait for tomorrow. But listen, recovery time, it all depends on you. If you're ready to go, if you're feeling good, rested, there's no muscle soreness, train. And then I'll train again tomorrow, but it'll be more press leg focused. So if today I'm doing deadlifts, then tomorrow maybe I'll do walking lunges or a leg press again. Since it felt heavy to me on Wednesday, but maybe I'll do a heavier set tomorrow, not as much reps, so maybe between the 5 to 10 versus the 10 to 15 bracket that I did on Wednesday, and tomorrow leg press slightly heavier, 5 to 10 3 to 4 work sets. That probably would be the plan. And I want to get this down because, again, if I'm trying to hit 135 grams of protein a day, and this by itself with the goat's milk, that's around 8 grams per 8 ounces. So that puts me over slightly, but that's why I did the 50 in the beginning. That's what sets you up for success. And no, I'm not orthorexic. Not in the slightest. I think it's important that you know how much protein is in your food so you can get the right amount. Especially for women, the older we get, the more fine wine we get, the tougher it is to put on muscle. That's just straight up facts. And we don't need to eat less protein. We need to eat more. And to get that much per day, requires us to really make sure what we're eating, we know the content so we could hit that threshold every time. I didn't say anything about calories in this entire video. So if you're thinking, oh, Alicia's health crazy, she's all about the numbers. Yeah, I want to make sure my metabolic health is in check because it's largely ignored. So with that said, I'm going to finish this, decide how I'm going to get to the gym, and I will see you at the Hex Bar. We have returned. We've done the exercises. Let's see here. I did my deadlifts. I didn't film the hamstring curls. The hamstring curls, wide grip pull down, skull crushers. Practiced my back squat a little bit. Wasn't focused on loading the bar, just on the mechanics, trying to stay as upright as I can, getting as low as I can without the butt wink, driving down, smooth standing up. Then I did my bicep curls. That's about it. Tomorrow, focus on the pressing, maybe some horizontal pulling instead. Depending on how my lats feel from the wide grip pull downs, I might do some lat prayers tomorrow. But now it is 4:18. Hello. 4:18. It's time to cook dinner. I usually cook dinner. It's rare that I eat out for it, and the reason being is I love my ground beef with rice. It's been my go-to meal for the last few months. And I like to order from North Star Bison, where they have different types of ground bison. The one I'm cooking tonight is a bison blend with all the organs mixed in. You're like, ew. That's probably one of the most nutritious, rich foods you could possibly eat. And with the inclusion of the organs, it bumps up the nutritional value of just the muscle meat. So I will make that, saute some onions and red pepper, season up the bison, and heat up leftover rice from yesterday. Maybe throw in some sauerkraut, throw in a little bit of avo, and then I'll have my Greek yogurt with a scoop of whey protein isolate, unflavored, and some berries. And that will put the cap on my day. So today was like a 10-hour eating window day, but that's just because the breaks in between were spread far apart. So I'm not like so anxious about hitting the 16-8. You know, it's as long as I get my protein in and I don't snack in between and I just focus on having highly nutritious meals, then I'm pretty good to go. So with that said, I'll meet you back in the kitchen. dinner is served. Didn't take long at all. It didn't take long because mom was the MVP. She always is the MVP. And cut my onions and peppers for me. But even if I have to do that, 5 to 8 minutes. If you hear mom in the background, it's because she's talking about the tennis. Big fan. I want to eat this, watch them Hunter x Hunter, and just kind of wind down. Right now, it's 4:45. I'll show you my yogurt concoction when I get there. I think it's important when you eat your meals. Watching TV is fine, but making sure you're eating with intention and, you know, enjoying your food. Not scarfing it down if you can. I know life happens and if you gotta eat, you gotta eat, but inhaling food, not great. So I'll see you back here in a bit. Hi. Friends, I think I'm gonna call it. Right now, it's 8:06 and my productivity has just erased. It's no longer with us. I try to edit a little bit, but then I think from getting up early, I didn't do so much editing then because I actually had to do some external hard drive cleanup and transfers so I can save footage and get rid of it and have more room on my hard drive. That took up a little time, and then before you know it, I wanted to prepare for my morning walk, and when I returned, made breakfast, prepared to teach, which included putting on the face, painting my nails. I taught my hour class, the IG live. I had a client call, and then I went to the gym. I think all those tasks depleted my willpower bank, and I am going to relinquish and stretch a little bit because I don't feel like doing any more work today. Look at me. My body is on schedule for sure because actually I start to like get under the covers at 9 o'clock. And then I might on like ultra dim, like the brightness is all the way down on my iPad. I'll watch some rom-com anime and I'll fall asleep, or I'll fall asleep listening to a YouTube video, not necessarily watching it, with my glow light, of course, which is going to come in very handy soon. When the light starts to get darker outside, I will then use this. I'll probably use this to stretch, but there's some light still coming through. You can just see me trying to film this portion of the vlog. I'm totally spaced out. But I wanted to thank you in joining me for another day. Although a Saturday, typically what I do, my walks, my eating, my training. I didn't do handstands today. Sometimes I'll do handstands like around 6-7 o'clock, and I'll stretch now, not intensely of course. I haven't done any intense like contortion like things in a very long time. I don't think I have the drive to do it anymore, although I definitely could get there again. It's one of those things where you have to choose like what you want to excel in. Right now I'm all about the hypertrophy training, and naturally that's going to take away a little bit from any contortion I want to do. As long as I can still handstand and do my splits, I'm good. I don't need to do more than that. Everything else is bonus at this point. 37 years old, like I've done it. It's great. Right now I'm just, I'm fine. I'm fine without it. I hope this gives you some insight of what I do on a daily basis-ish. I like to promote healthy lifestyles, and when I mean healthy, whatever is going to promote metabolic health, do it. And probably what you see in my video, you might think, wow, that's too much, she's nuts. This has been an accumulation of 3 years. Slowly adding different things, slowly diversifying my palette, coming to terms with making adult decisions. And I push back on the notion of you know, giving permission to eat foods that we love. Yes, I love to eat my ground bison. I think the foods that people keep trying to defend are just not advantageous for us to have. And I know people are gonna say, Alicia, like, no, I get it. That's fine. I thought about this for a very long time. I think I've seen a lot of people ill, and we still defend and forgive. It's like going back to an abusive ex. Like, oh, trying to find ways to make excuses for them. Like, oh, well, you know. It's like, no. If foods are engineered to make us ill, if consumed in excess, that's the problem. If consumed moderately, but it doesn't help us make better decisions, if it still amplifies cravings, if it still depletes us, makes us feel tired, moody, anxious, lessens our ability to cope with stress, why would you want to have it? Because I want to, because it tastes good? Well, that's too bad. It's too bad. There are a lot of things that we want to do but are not great for us. And it's okay to struggle with that and really dig deep as to why, because I know a lot of people emotionally eat and they rely on food to cope with stress, but then I find they're in this vicious cycle where they're relying or eating a food that makes them feel worse, that makes them feel more upset. Temporarily they get this relief, but then once that dissipates, you're left with the same problem, the same stress. What is that going to do long term? So that's my argument. I always love to talk about these things because it invites different perspectives and opens the conversation wider. And I would like to introduce that notion to people where, yeah, you know, if you're at a party and you choose not to have the cake or the cupcake, people are real quick to be like, oh, what's wrong with you? Like that health stuff, like everyone loves sugar. But they would support someone who is sober and doesn't want to drink alcohol. Oh my gosh, yes, here's the sparkling water. Oh my gosh, yes, what do you want instead? They don't give them crap. Why is it the person who doesn't want to eat the cake gets the crap? I don't get it. So at the same token, if you feel people should eat what they want to eat and eat what makes them happy, I think you should present the same respect to the people who choose not to eat certain foods because they think it's better for them. Not everyone has an eating disorder. Not everyone is orthorexic. Not everyone has an issue. I know a lot of us have issues, and I'm trying to be very sensitive to this topic, but at the end of the day, we're all not like that. And there are people who dive deeply into this and realize what's best for them. They choose what they want to do and they stick with it, and they shouldn't have to be ridiculed for it. That's all I'm saying. That ended on a very philosophical note. Anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful day, afternoon, or evening where you are. And with that said, I don't know when I'll film another vlog. When I edit this, I'll see how it goes. This is the first time I vlogged in my space ever since I changed my room, so it is quite interesting. It was a little easier, I think, this time around, probably. But anyway, I'll see you in those comments, fam. And until then, take care.